Hey folks, how are you doing today? So I have decided to come up with this video to give you a Q&A about astral projection, about the whole out-of-body experience, the astral realm, questions you guys have been asking. And I want to invite you to ask me further questions, okay? If you have more, because more of these videos will come up in the future. So any questions you have that you haven't found here, let me know and more of these will come, okay? So in this video we are going to do some Q's and A's, so we'll get started. So the first question, what are the benefits of astral projection? You know, this is a question asked all the time. And you know, I can tell you they are pretty much limitless. They are fantastic, you know. But the main advantage is loss of fear to death. Okay, when you get to astral project, you're going to experience how it's the astral realm. You're going to see yourself embodied in your astral body, having no fear, meaning that you have no reason to have fear to death, because it's like somehow you will see how it feels to be dead. You will see that life continues. You will see that there is much more out there after death. So it will revoke your fear of death, and also it will make you feel more connected with your life. Will bring you joy, will bring you passion, because it will be very thrilling. Every astral projection will be leaving a huge afterglow after you. Also, other benefits are bringing a spiritual awakening, bringing more awareness, being more kind, because you learn to feel the oneness. You learn to feel more connected to the rest of the universe and to others, and you become kinder and gentler to others. So definitely these are one of the few benefits from one of the many, these are few of the many benefits in astral projection, because there are many more, okay? And the best way is to get you to try, but the ones I mentioned are the principal ones, okay? So that's it for what are the benefits for astral projection. So, next question. Is sleep paralysis astral projection? And I have to share with you guys that it is not the same. A sleep paralysis, it's a phase, okay? Sleep paralysis initially is our physical body being paralyzed for us to not act out our dreams. During astral projection, we are meant to go in a trance state where we are going to experience a sleep paralysis, okay? And when we get to this point, we can even lucid dream. If we want, we can do a wild, what it's called, and induce a lucid dream from this stage. I explain everything in my lucid dreaming course, okay? But in terms of astral projection, sleep paralysis is that phase where body is asleep, mind is awake, okay? But it's only a phase. You here are to focus on the vibrations if you want to go to an astral projection, or focus on a dream if you want to lucid dream, okay? So this is mainly what sleep paralysis is. It's only a phase. It's not the same as astral projection, but it is the beginning. So that's it for this one. Number 3. What are the differences between astral projection and lucid dream? Do you know, there is a blog post that you can find that talks about this at a very deep level, but to give you a brief and fast answer, I can tell you. The main difference is that astral projection will give you a greater feeling of bliss. In astral projection, you will not have the desire to have to do something specific. You are going to feel the oneness. You are going to feel the here and now. You are going to feel completely full of love, and everything will require no effort at all. You will think of something, it will happen. And also everything in the astral, it's much more connected to reality, okay, than a lucid dream, that after all it's just a dream. Everything happens in your mind, and there is no karma in the lucid dream plane. You can do whatever you want, but there is some degree of effort. You're going to find some boundaries. You know, dream control talks about it. You cannot do everything you want in the dreams. You can, but requires some practice. It's called dream control. But in the astral, there is no such thing. In the astral, you think it happens. In the dream, you still have to do some degree of effort. Okay, and by the way, you can astral project from a lucid dream. Did you know that? So we leave it here for this one, and that's it for question number 3. So, is astral projection scary? A question I'm asked a lot, and I have to say, no, there is nothing to fear from astral projection. It's true that sleep paralysis, sometimes can be a little scary, especially if it's the first time you experience it. You're going to feel your body paralyzed, and yet you can't move. People report feeling their chest being pressured. People report, being blocked by a demon, and many, many, many things. This is only sleep paralysis, okay? And there is nothing to be afraid of. It's true, during sleep paralysis, you can hear loud noises, or you can feel like someone touches you, but it's important, if you want to project, to just focus on the projection and ignore everything else, okay? Because once you get to Astral Project, bliss is going to take over. So even if there is a bit of a scary at the beginning, the bliss of Astral Projection is going to take it over. The most important is for you to not be afraid to Astral Project because of this. Because if you have the slightest fear, you won't be able to project, okay? So you need to know it's 100% safe. There is a silver cord that keeps us detached. Nothing can happen to you. You will be completely fine, okay? So you are saying that there could be possession such. No, never, okay? This is something important for you to keep in mind. It's completely safe and there is nothing to be scared about, okay? So we'll do that for question number 4. So, another good question. Do you experience ego death doing astral projection? Yes, for the sake of astral traveling, no, you do not. Okay, because you're going to have some degree of awareness of who you are, that your physical body is laying in bed. Probably a tiny bit of your ego goes with you, but maybe just a slightly bit of ego, okay? Very significant, but something will still go with you. However, once you are in the astral plane, you can go ahead and trigger ego death. How? Visualizing that your whole existence around you, including yourself, vanishes away. If you are in the astral plane, it will happen almost immediately, finding yourself being only consciousness and in a state of bliss, where you will perceive no linear time at all. So you're going to be in a blissful here and now, totally timeless. Obviously, it feels timeless, but the time keeps running. So if you have your clock at 8 a.m., don't worry, you will wake up, okay? But in the moment that you go far in the astral and you allow to let go of completely everything, then is when you can reach ego death in the astral, to a point to melt with the rest of the existence, and at some point not even give significance to me, to I, for me, it's going to be everything as whole, the oneness, So definitely you can trigger ego death doing astral projection, okay? So time to move to the next one. So, another common question. It is easy to astral project fast? Well, there is one way to astral project fast. There is no easy way and no, I do this and it's done. No, there are a few easy ways, okay, but you have to seek it. For an instance, if you are good at lucid dreaming, you can use a technique DILT, okay, but instead of jumping from one lucid dream to another, you jump from a lucid dream to an astral projection, and then it will take you just a few seconds to astral project, okay? If you happen to wake up in the middle of the night, 4, 5 a.m., and you don't move, and even better, you don't open your eyes, yet you awake, you will be able to astral project within seconds, because you can focus on the astral projection separation, and it will happen almost immediately, right away, okay? But it's important for you to be aware and to be focused that if you wake up in the middle of the night, you shouldn't move, you shouldn't open your eyes. And this is tricky, okay? This will require some mantra and some mental training. And this is really the fastest way to astral project, but in the end, once you get used to astral project, once you know how to astral project, then you're going to be able to astral project within seconds, okay? It's not going to take that much. But if you haven't astral projected never, you won't be able to just, boom, astral project like that. And if you do, you're either a natural, which is fantastic, or it has been a spontaneous astral travel, okay? But it's important for you to be aware of that. there is no easy or fast way, at least not when you are learning. Make sure to set the foundation properly to learn the most, and then you can start to go for speed. Okay? So that's it for this one. Now, another common question is, can you get lost in the astral plane? No, absolutely not. We are connected with a silver cord that connects our physical body with our astral body, which means that there is no way to be in a state of being blocked or being in a state of getting lost, because as soon as it's your time to come back, boom, the silver cord pulls you back. Okay? Also, you cannot get lost neither because you move with thought. Okay? You say, I want to be at Andromeda. Boom, you appear there. It's not like in a dream that you have to fly to it. No, you get to there immediately. So if you are feeling lost somehow, you can think of your physical body, and trust me, you will be opening your eyes in bed within a few seconds. Okay? So definitely it's impossible to get lost. At the same time, it's impossible to get stuck in the astral plane and stuff like that. Okay? So we'll move on to the next one. And for this question, can you meet someone who is also astral traveling? I am going to mention it briefly today, but this is going to come up in more detail in a blog post in the future. But in short, yes, you can. Number 1, you need to know very well this person. Number 2, you have to have a good connection with this person. Number 3, both of you have to be prone at astral traveling, okay? And then number 4, the both of you want to have an initial visualization of where you want to go. Those are very important, okay? And then even if you don't astral project at the same time because of time difference, for instance, you still can meet in the astral, because in the astral there is no linear time. So even if you astral project at different times, you will be able to not only see each other, but to also report similar notes out from your projections, okay? So definitely it's possible to meet someone. You just need to get into the astral plane and then focus on the other person, and you will appear right in front of that person, okay? But you need to have all of the above mentioned before in order to make it work. It takes some practice, but it can be done, okay? So, time to move on to the next question. So, can you spy on someone or somewhere? This is a very, very common asked question, and in short, it depends. Like with bad intentions, to see if this girl or boy is with somebody else, or to go ahead and to check Area 51, or stuff like that, normally it doesn't work. Either the feedback we get is incorrect, okay, or we can even get karma, okay. In one of the books I have read, okay, about an astral projectionist, he wanted to spy in his youth to some girlfriend, and he saw that his girlfriend was cheating him. Well, it was an astral projection, or possibly a lucid dream, I don't know, because I was in his head. He claims to be an astral travel, but apparently there was no affair at all. It was his fear that he projected it in the astral realm. This is why you are not able to spy on someone, because you don't have permission. His or her spirit guides will not allow it to happen, And if you would see something, it would be in a parallel life, or it would be something else, okay? But it wouldn't be the real thing. In order to be able to see someone, you can, but you need that person's permission, okay? You can go ahead and hide a card somewhere, and then tell someone to ask you hide your card somewhere. Then you astral project, and you can find the card, and you can even say what the card is, and maybe report it when you come back and be accurate. But without permission, you can't. Okay? So, this is it for this question, and we'll have one more. And our last question for this round. How can you see in astral projection? This is a very interesting one. Number 1, mainly you see through claircognizance, like you know everything already, okay? You are there and you are aware of everything, you know everything. So it's going to open the door that way for you, okay? Also, saying intentions is also how it helps you to see. If you, for some reason, you have astral blindness and you cannot see a thing, with the only intention of seeing, you will be able to see once again, okay? And obviously we are going to try to see with our eyes. In the astral plane, we will have a 360-degree view vision, which is quite amazing, and it's very hard to explain, but it's like a 3D camera. Well, this is the same. It's 3D in the astral plane, okay? Technically 4D, but, you will be able to completely view everything around you in all directions at the same time, and you will be able to understand it. So yes, you definitely can see a lot in the astral realm, and you will have a very powerful vision there, okay? So this is it for the video. We have went through 10 questions. I hope these questions answered many of yours, and don't hesitate in sending me further questions. That way future videos like this will come forth, okay? So thank you very much as always, a big pleasure, and see you next time.